Jets in their new Meadowlands Stadium, their first game in their gleaming stadium. Ray Lewis, Rex Ryan. Lewis and Ryan, of course, used to work together when Ryan was defensive coordinator for the Ravens. Game starts like this. Joe Flacco pummeled by Sean Ellis and Brian Thomas.
Holds onto the ball and three-step drop. Kind of should get rid of it. Really, this could be an omen. Oh, wow, this is a bad start. Joe Flacco rallied back. Ravens defense held him to a field goal there. Key point in the game.
Willis McGahee, though, going to do the same thing.
Ball comes out. Jets recover. Again, the Jets don't take advantage of it because they're going to turn the ball over here.
Sione Buhua recovering again. 2 recovered both of the fumbles. And then in the second quarter, the third turnover in 4 possessions. Joe Flacco throwing the ball deep to Anquan Bolden. He's intercepted by Antonio Cromartie.
You know what I love is it didn't affect Flacco's concentration. It didn't affect his confidence. And he still came out and he made a lot of great throws. And he really learned the lesson of get back up and keep fighting and keep competing. And that's something he did tonight. He'll grow from this game. It was ugly, but he's going to grow from it.
Cromartie keeping his feet in bounds there, right on the sidelines, returns it 66 yards to the Ravens 31. And then 2 plays later for the Jets, Sean Green up the middle.
Tough to run the ball on the Ravens. Great push. Great push inside. Knocked the Jets' offensive line. He fumbles down. It's tough to move the ball in there. And, of course, they get it right back. So the turnover for turnover. And, you know, the Ravens' defense responded.
And that ensuing Ravens possession, Flacco throwing to the newly acquired T.J. Houshmandzadeh for the 27-yard gain, his first catch with the new team.
Great play by Flacco, held it on the ball for the last second. This is the story of the first half, Alex. Penalties.
Tons of penalties, and you'll see a bad one here. Braylon Edwards called for this penalty because he runs into the kicker here.
A little nitpicking, but, you know, actually it happened, and you know, those are unforced errors that cost you to lose football games.
It cost a lot because it keeps the drive alive for the Ravens. 3 plays later, Joe Flacco throwing the ball deep to T.J. Houshmandzadeh. But pass interference now called on Kyle Wilson, and that sets up the Ravens and the Jets. 3 plays later, 3rd and goal, and Willis McGahee takes it in for the touchdown.
Kyle Wilson and Cromartie are going to see all the action this season. Revis is going to be alone on that island.
Ravens 7-6 at the half, and then into the third quarter, Flacco throwing deep, and he sees Anquan Bolden for the 38-yard gain.
People know it's time to take shots against the Jets. There's no sense in trying to make 1 or 2 yards of play. Try to make 40.
They got a field goal, and the Ravens lead 10-6, and then this Steve Weatherford punting for Jets to Tom Zibikowski gets the ball, but he backtracks on his return, fumbles in the end zone. The Jets recover, but wait a second, take another look. He's stretching out his arm, and he's given the forward progress at the 1-yard line, so the Ravens keep the possession, but they would later have to punt. Fourth quarter now, and LaDainian Tomlinson up the middle for 18 yards in the first down. LT really the only yards on the ground. He had 11 rushes for 62 yards in this game, and then 3 plays later, Mark Sanchez sacked by Haloti Ngata.
3rd down, 1 for 11, can't control the ball. Can't make big plays. That's not a recipe to win. The Jets want to win with their defense kicking game, but their offense did little to help tonight.
They had to punt after that drive. Ensuing Ravens drive, Flacco throwing deep to Todd Heap. Great catch by Heap. 35-yard gain there. Take another look. Look at this catch by Heap.
Great catch. Great execution. They did a great job in protection tonight, keeping Joe Flacco upright and making plays.
And 6 plays later, Flacco.
That's the 3rd down play. They should have run the ball there to take away the Jets' last time out, chose to throw it. But that shows their confidence in their defense. They knew they could come back. And Mark Sanchez, Alex, he's all about checkdowns and not throwing the ball up the field.
And Sanchez throwing it right there to Dustin Keller, and he gets wrecked by Ray Lewis.
Yeah, if you can sit on routes in the NFL and you don't stretch the field vertically, it becomes a very tight game, and Mark Sanchez doesn't want to stretch it.
And the game comes down to this on 4th and 10. Sanchez looking for his tight end Keller, catches it, but he comes up about a half a yard short before he goes out of bounds. And the Ravens go on to win this one 10-9, a 1-point game there. And Joe Flacco, fairly decent day. Mark Sanchez, it was absolutely disastrous for him.
Well, you know, they didn't really give Sanchez a chance to really do anything. But when Sanchez had those chances on 3rd down, he didn't do anything. So it was a very difficult game. Their execution was not very good.
big AFC North game, Ravens and the Bengals. Marvin Lewis looking to avoid an 0-2 start to the season. Second quarter, Ravens trailing 3-0. Joe Flacco throws to the left side on a 3rd and 4. It is picked off by Adam Jones. He returns it 10 yards down to the Baltimore 35. Pac-Man excited about that one. On the ensuing possession for Cincinnati, Carson Palmer this time looking for Terrell Owens over the middle. He breaks into the open field, a 22-yard gain down to the 16-yard line for T.O. Sixth play of the drive, a 3rd and 6 from the 12. It's Palmer with plenty of time. Looking back at the end zone, Chad Ochocinco out of his reach. Wide open for Palmer. He misses him despite the diving attempt. Bengals settle for a field goal, taking a 6-0 lead. Third quarter now, Joe Flacco, 23 passing yards in the first half, lowest of his career. Plenty of time. He finds Derek Mason deep for a touchdown from 31 yards out. Ravens take the lead 7-6 after that touchdown pass by Flacco. Bengals' third possession of the second half. Carson Palmer is pressured this time. He is brought down by Ray Lewis, who has tripped him on the play. Flags, as you can see. Ray Lewis, blocked by Bernard Scott, rolls into Carson Palmer, brings him down. Automatic first down on the tripping penalty. Ray Lewis fuming after that call. Next play, it's a 1st and 10 from the 32. Palmer rolling to his right. You will find his man Chad Ochocinco for a gain of 11. Bengals tacked on another field goal, taking a 9-7 lead. Ravens with it, 1st and 10 from their 29. Ray Rice takes the handoff, and he will break free. A 30-yard gain down to the Cincinnati 41. 3 plays later, Joe Flacco from the shotgun. You will find Anquan Bolden for a pickup of 12. That would lead to a Billy Cundiff field goal. Ravens taking the lead 10-9. On the ensuing kickoff, special teams getting it done for Cincy. That's Bernard Scott busting through up the middle, cutting it to the left, and he will take it 60 yards down to the Baltimore 41. Huge play for the Bengals. Carson Palmer on the next play is pressured, hit as he throws, incomplete, but there is a flag on the play. Terrell Suggs called for roughing the passer, 15 yards and a first down for Cincinnati. Oh, you could read his lips there. Harbaugh fuming after that one. Another field goal for Cincy. They're up 12-10 at that point. On the ensuing possession for Baltimore, it is picked off by Brandon Johnson. Joe Flacco intercepted once again. Bengals settle for another field goal, taking a 15-10 lead. Next possession for Baltimore, 4th down. It is intercepted by Chinedum and Dukwe. Bengals win it 15-10. An AFC North battle, Baltimore with its home opener, Cleveland winless on the season. Joe Flacco coming off a career worst 4-interception day last weekend. Second Ravens possession, Ray Rice takes the handoff, cuts left, goes past defenders, he stumbles, but he picks up 25 yards on the play, had 80 yards in the game. 6 plays later as the Ravens are driving, Joe Flacco, play action fake, he finds a wide open Todd Heap who makes the catch for a gain of 16. 2 plays later, Flacco again with the play fake. He throws a dart to Anquan Bolden, who skies for the touchdown. Bolden, that would be the theme of the game. Fastest player in NFL history to 600 career catches, Anquan Bolden. Ravens ball on the Browns 43, still up 7-3. The pass completes. Anquan Bolden makes a leaping grab for a gain of 27. Huge game for Anquan. 2 plays later, Flacco finds Anquan Bolden in the end zone, wide open again. Get a body on this guy. His second touchdown grab of the game puts the Ravens up 14-3. Ensuing Cleveland possession to give to Peyton Hillis. Woo, Pig Suey crushing defenders all the way down for a gain of 25. Big game for Peyton Hillis. 2 plays later, Seneca Wallace this time finds some time. Plenty of time. He finds Joshua Cribbs for a pickup of 17. 5 plays later, 3rd and goal from the 1. Peyton Hillis into the end zone, breaks through for the touchdown. Big game for Peyton Hillis. It puts the Browns back in it. Down 14-10 going into halftime. Late third quarter, Hillis this time takes the give. First down the field. Look at the man from Arkansas go. Moving all the way past midfield, down inside the 40. 48-yard run from Peyton Hillis, plus a 15-yard penalty for unnecessary roughness. Hillis, 144 yards in the game. Josh Cribbs in as the Wildcat quarterback, goes around the left hand for a gain of 19 inside the Ravens' 5-yard line. The drive continued into the fourth quarter. 2nd and goal from the Ravens 1. Seneca Wallace, play fake and rolls, finds Ben Watson, his tight end, for a touchdown. Cleveland takes the lead, 17-14. 141 yards passing for Seneca Wallace. Ensuing drive, Flacco lofts it into the end zone, and Bolden's 3rd touchdown catch of the game. Ravens go on for the win, 24-17.
On the AFC North, we start with Ray Lewis.
Sugar may go prime time just for the suit alone.
The Ravens are on the road in Pittsburgh. Charlie Batch had 3 touchdowns a week ago, and Batch to Antoine Randall.
He's been the backup for 9 years. He's like Terry Hanratty.
Right up to the top of Fabian Washington.
Antoine, nice grab.
Linsquan-esque. A little bit, huh?
Focus on that ball, buddy.
All right, Ravens coming right back, though. Derek Mason
Protection.
does a nice job of sealing off the D-back there for the 40-yard grab.
He's been consistent over a decade, Mike. Playing a little basketball on the football field, a little boxing out and getting the rebound.
From the U.
McGahee.
Oh, there was some sweet feet. Oh, my Dougie. That's my Dougie. Watch this. Dougie one-on-one in the whole cutback once again. And he gives him the dance move.
That's right by James Ferrier. All right, the 3rd quarter, Ravens up 10-7. McGahee gets rocked by James Harrison, so loses the ball.
He's dancing now.
Lawrence Timmons comes up with the recovery. McGahee suffered a stinger right there and did not.
Watch that left arm. Is it when you see it in the handshake position? He's out.
All right, 4 plays later here from 49 yards away, Jeff. So John Harbaugh fired up. His club still has a 3-point lead. Ravens, so with the ball back, 3rd and 3. It's Flacco looking for Mason. Ike Taylor there for the pick.
Yeah, he floated that one a little bit now. One of the mistakes by Joe Flacco in this tight game.
So here comes Jeff Reed from 45 yards away.
He's been the leading kicker in the league at 3 points.
Wow, his 4th miss of the season. He only missed 4 field goals all of last year. 4th quarter. Steelers down 10-7. Batch out of the shotgun. Looking for Randall L. And he's got it.
It's a nice route he went tonight.
Yeah. 16 yards on a 3rd and 10. 2nd and 4 now from the 7. Mendenhall. Is he going to get there?
Speed and power to the pylon. Touchdown.
74 yards and a couple of touchdowns. Steelers on top. 14-10. Ravens now. Inside the 5.
Defensive play.
Looking for Mason William Gay there. So the Ravens are going to go for it on 4th down.
It's like Josh McDaniel.
Here we go. But they don't have as much time on the clock.
Make a play.
Anquan Bolden cannot come down with Gay again. Another nice play by
William Gay. Defense to get it back for him.
It was a pig play. You got to throw that ball direct and on that back shoulder.
So the Steelers backed up, of course, and that was on a 3rd and 10. They're not even trying to get the 1st down, so they ended up having to punt out of their own end zone. Here we go. 1:08 left. Ravens with no timeouts left. Flacco steps up. That's a 9-yard gain to Anquan Bolden.
Clock is moving.
All right, 2 plays later, 42 seconds left. It is Flacco. TJ Houshmandzadeh.
This is how you become one of the greats in this league, making this team, making this drive right here that Flacco made.
Houshmandzadeh for the 18-yard touchdown, and the Ravens on top, 17-14.
Anquan Bolden influences the safety. TJ Houshmandzadeh knows he has one-on-one with the quarterback. Oh, let him off at the street bus right there.
Huge day for Joe Flacco, 24-37, 256 yards, and that touchdown. All right, the Steelers with one last chance. Batch, though, picked off by Sugar Ray Lewis. So the Ravens go into Pittsburgh, and they got a victory, 17-14.
It was huge. I mean, 2-2 and 3-1 is a big difference there, and especially when you have a division opponent and you're on their home turf. Couldn't say more about our guys today. I mean, it's just great how we hung in there against a great defense and came out with a win.
I love the competition. Even, I'm hacked off right now, but you always are. You love opportunities such as this, man. This is what we all signed up for in the National Football League.
The bottom line is about beating the man in front of you, you know, and in the fourth quarter we did. You know, we made the plays we were supposed to make, and, you know, that's the things you build on as a championship team, to try to go on and win those hard games on the road. And for us to win that game, that's big for us going forward.
Denver Broncos coming off of a big win in Tennessee have to come all the way back to the East Coast and try to hang a loss on Joe Flacco and the Ravens' top-ranked defense in the National Football League. Derek Mason, first down on the Ravens' second possession of a scoreless game late in the first quarter. Next play, Joe Flacco. Play fake it. Finds Todd.
Each week they give Joe Flacco more and more to do in the passing game.
Running game is effective, Coach. That's why this play action is always open.
Led to a Flacco 1-yard sneak to give the Ravens a 7-0 lead. Flacco at it again, and here's Ray Rice running Ravens and Rutgers. He really has not had much of an offensive game all year long. Comes up limping, but he would get back in the game. 3 plays later, Flacco to Mason in the end zone. There's a flag. Parrish Cox.
Yeah, Brian, what do you think? What do you think? Is this PI?
Face guard. Can't.
Don't mess with Jerome.
You can't face guard. You got to turn around defensive backs and try to make a play on the ball. On the ball.
Jerome Boger's going to lay down the ball and do that. Ray Rice. Oh, is he going to get 5 pounds?
That was easy.
Ravens go up 14-0, 17-0. The Broncos, the top-ranked offense, being shut out, but you can't keep them down for that much longer unless you sack them. Corey Redding sacks Kyle Orton. Last chance before the half for the Broncos. 1st and 25 from the Ravens 42. Why not throw it up? Randy Lloyd,
fling it up there.
It's a good idea.
Remember, Randy Lloyd's going to come down with it.
Good idea.
So that's how the Broncos finally break through on the board right before the half. This guy makes some of the best circus catches in the NFL.
Yeah, he's been around for a while now, but he's having one of his best years ever.
Third quarter, it's 17-7. Willis McGahee, a nifty draw play right there. 10 yards. 4 plays later, Flacco to Mason.
Again, off the play action, which is maximum protection.
This drive led into the fourth quarter. 6 plays after that particular play. Here comes Ray Rice. In the end zone, 27 carries, 133 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And they really had it going when Ray Rice is putting up those numbers and Willis McGahee pops one in from 30 yards out.
Yeah, they got a 1-2 punch now. Play defense, they run the ball, they got weapons to throw it. This is a complete football team.
The Ravens improved to a current AFC best 4-1.
Patriots playing host to the Ravens. They've never won in New England. Wow.
Randy Moss Day?
On the tickets, man?
And you gave them away?
All right, Tom Brady and company trying to find a way to replace the offense that no longer will be there without Randy Moss. There's Aaron Hernandez, 30 yards.
A couple of young, good rookie tight ends that they utilize well.
All right, on the very next play, remember, they got Deion Branch in a trade back.
But Branch came right back and stepped right in and started right off where he left off making plays for New England.
All right, after 5 years in Seattle. A little end around here, and Brandon Tate on a reverse 22 yards to the 2-yard line.
Great return man now. He wasn't going to be the guy to replace Randy Moss because of Deion Branch. But look at the block. He can do it all now. Hang on to that guy without getting the penalty in the corner.
Great holding by Deion.
Didn't get called.
Second quarter, here come the Ravens. Joe Flacco looking for Todd Heap for a touchdown. And the Ravens regain the lead 10-7.
Well, that's a perfect throw by Flacco right there. He pushed the ball where only he can go down and get the ball and get in the end zone.
Third quarter, same score here. Brady picked off by Chris Carr. Brady was looking for Wes Welker, but they loaded it up to the left side.
Yeah, DeJuan Landry's going to come free. This is a nice blitz. You got these crazy blitz here by Baltimore, and he's going to hit Tom Brady. He's going to catch him in it right here. Throws it high in the coverage. Pick. This is one of the few times he's tried to throw the ball down the field.
All right, Ravens come right back. And Deion, when you talk about off-season acquisitions, this one may be one of the best.
This is one of the best. I think he ranks 6th or 7th on my receiver poll as the best in the NFL right now. This guy can catch the ball across the middle block as well as get deep.
Flacco to Anquan Bolden for the touchdown there. Flacco to Derek Mason. Brandon Merriweather is bringing the wood all day long. 18 yards, but he holds on.
Holds on to that ball, man. That's man stuff out there on the NFL football field.
The 3rd and 4 there. Bolden rocked by Merriweather, and he can't hold on. Kyle Arrington, though, flagged for
You got to let these guys play. That's not a legal hit. Let them play.
All right, same drive in the fourth quarter. And Mason hit by Patrick Chung.
They're taking their lumps here, trying to cross that goal line.
Still led to a Billy Cundiff field goal, 20-10. Ravens on top. Brady looking for Welker for 11 yards and a first down.
This is that dink and dunk ball, the small ball that we were talking about. Pretty darn effective, though.
Danny Woodhead.
Effective. Did somebody say effective? Did somebody say Danny Woodhead?
Danny Woodhead.
It's gone on the field, and now it's Brady to Branch.
All day in the pocket. Branch works open. Easy touchdown.
Hey, buddy, I missed you. How are you? You want to come back from Seattle? Take this.
20-17 now. Patriots get it back. Brady to Branch.
Hey, buddy, I miss you. Hey, Seattle didn't know what to do with you. I'm so glad they sent you back.
22 yards. Brady now to the other young tight end you were talking about, Rob Gronkowski.
Gronkowski now. They got tight ends. They're going to go two tight ends quite a bit. Forget about that bomb.
Hey, don't fire him up, Suggs. Do not fire him up.
Steven Gostkowski, a buck 54 left from 24 yards away. We're tied up at 20.
Now, right here.
Chewing up the clock.
Right
6:50.
here.
Went to overtime. Right now, 1st and 10. It is Brady on the play action, and it's Deion Branch.
There's 23 yards. That's the deepest catch out of 9 catches, 23 yards.
Suggs, do not fire this guy up.
Brady to Branch
Oh,
again. Branch
man.
had 9 catches in the game, 7 of the 9. He came in the fourth quarter and overtime. Gostkowski from 35 yards away for the victory. So the Patriots knock off the Ravens. All right, let's take you now to Baltimore for the Ravens and Bills. Ed Reed playing in his first game of the season, activated off the physically unable to perform list with that bum hip. Ryan Fitzpatrick had a nice day. Michael Steve Johnson.
Man, what a great throw. Out and up, man. He's got the receiver open, and he lays the ball up perfect.
And Prime, let's not forget about Lee Evans.
You know, that collision, those penalties last week had a lot to do with that play. If they wouldn't have got those fines issued, I guarantee you it would have been a tremendous collision on that play.
Absolutely.
And the Ravens down 24-10. Ray Lewis trying to fire up his team, and it works. C.J. Spiller hit from behind by Jalen Parmalee. Josh Wilson on the recovery.
Right before the half now with 50 seconds. That really hurt.
So 43 seconds left, and it's Flacco looking for Anquan Bolden. Reggie Porter all over it, but he is ruled out of bounds.
Horrendous call to me.
You got 1 foot in, and
That big play by the wide receiver.
he lands on the other guy's body.
He's falling on the receiver.
But he only got 1 foot down. A couple of plays later, it's Flacco to Todd Heap, who played despite getting that rough hit a week ago from Brandon Merriweather. Ravens down 24-20. Heap had 3 catches for 59 yards. Ray Lewis now really instrumental here. Fitzpatrick looking for Roscoe Parrish, tipped by Sugar Ray, and Ed Reed.
He's back. He's back, baby.
He had 2 picks on the day, his 47th career interception. And then on the very next play, a little flea flicker.
Yeah, I love that. Makes everybody bite. Wide open is Anquan Bolden for the easy score.
Ravens on top 27-24. Joe Flacco, 3 touchdown passes on the day. 4th and 1 right here. And it's Flacco to LaRon McClain, who picks up 16 yards and a first down.
Come on, big fella. Get them legs up, big fella.
It led to a McGahee touchdown. Everybody's happy on the Baltimore sideline, 34-24, but don't count out the Bills.
Now, they just keep coming. There's no quitting the Bills now. This is an improved football team. They're fighting hard for Chan Gailey.
Fitzpatrick threw for 374 yards, 4 touchdowns, and a couple of picks. Flacco looking for Bolden. 3rd and 6, incomplete, so the Ravens are forced to punt. Hey, plenty of time left. 1:57 left in the game. It's Fitzpatrick on 4th and 7 to David Nelson. Takes a shot, but holds on to the football.
A little safe shot there. You see Ed Reed, he made sure he hit in that body area, that strike zone, and away from the helmet.
23 seconds left. It's Fitzpatrick to Johnson again. 12-yard gain. 8 seconds left. From 50 yards away, it's Ryan Lindell. And he knocks it home.
We have a new ball game.
So the game is tied at 34. And the Ravens in a dogfight. After a Ravens 3 and out, it's Patrick to Nelson.
Get down!
And Nelson fighting for more yards, but the veteran, Ray Lewis, just rips it away.
That's a good play by Ray. He has finished games before, but they look like forward. Should have been a whistle blown, whatever. But Ray Lewis came up with a big play, as we've seen him do before.
And then here you see right there the spot shadow, Jeff Gartner call for unsportsmanlike conduct for throwing his helmet down. You can't take your helmet off there.
Can't blame him.
4 plays later, Billy Cundiff from 38 yards away, the game winner. So the Ravens hold on for the 37-34 victory.
Week number 10. This begins with the Ravens at Atlanta on Thursday night. They're at home against the Miami Dolphins, who win every time they take their talents away from South Beach. They're 4-0 on the road this year, going into a crisp day in Baltimore when the kid from the U puts it right down on Miami, weaves through their entire defense, virtually untouched. Willis McGahee putting the first points on the board with a 32-yard scamper through the Miami defense, 7-0. Balmer, but the Dolphins come right back with an 11-play, 75-yard drive with a sight for sore eyes. The first touchdown for Ronnie Brown since week 1.
Man, Miami hasn't been scoring touchdowns. They've been kicking too many field goals. That's a good job.
And then Chad Henne showed some warts again. Picked by Ladarius Webb.
Well, this Raven defense can force you into mistakes and to rush the football and throw the ball into coverages that you did not expect.
But the Ravens made a mistake themselves on special team, knocked the snap and field goal following the interception. So it's still just 13-7, pardon me, when Anthony Fasano can't grab the ball as the ball just fluttered there.
He's wide open. This ball came out of his hand, a little goofy right here, and I'd like to have that one back.
So Dan Carpenter kicks a field goal, and despite Henne's struggles, the Dolphins are right in this thing, down 3 in the third quarter. Flacco to Ray Rice, run to the Ravens. Roll. 180 total yards. 4 plays later, Flacco, Derek Mason.
This receiving corps might be the best receiving corps in the league.
20-10. It got Dante Stallworth back today as well. He didn't have the catches, but he did get back on the field. Fourth quarter now, Chad Henne throwing for Brandon Marshall. It's a tip drill, and this is a ball hawk right here.
Oh, you know he's there. Cut back. Watch you try to pitch it. Hold it there.
Don't do it. Led to a Billy Cundiff field goal because Ed didn't pitch it. And that put the final nail in the coffin. It's the Dolphins' first loss of the season on the road, and the Ravens are 6-2.
In this town, what with the 6-2 Baltimore Ravens coming in with Ray Lewis and company as the #1 seed in the AFC. Matt Ryan's only lost once in his career in this dome. We picked things up in the second quarter, still scoreless, 2nd and long, and here is Jason Snelling all of a sudden free, and then bowling through Dewan Lantry to cap a 14-play, 91-yard drive. Steve Mariucci, what happened here?
It looks like a busted coverage in here. Nobody comes out and covers Snelling. He checks it down very easily, works to the end zone, and here we go.
It just seems to me that this was a busted coverage.
It's busted, and he breaks the tackle here on the 5-yard line to get it in.
And very rarely do you see this coming from the Baltimore Ravens because normally they play with a lot of discipline.
7-0, a punt after the Ravens subsequently get the Falcons to go off the field offensively, but Ladarius Webb puts the ball on the turf, and Brian Finneran is the man on special teams to make this play.
These are the kind of plays that in a game that when you're working on a short week, and you come to somebody's house, you cannot turn the football over. That was costly at the end of the half.
Matt Ryan was 20 of 28 for 160 yards in the first half. Here he makes the first down with his legs, and Ed Reed hits him as he's sliding in the head, and there's no penalty.
That's Ed Reed, by the way.
So he's allowed to do that.
He was in the top 100.
That led to a Matt Bryant field goal. The Falcons lead 10-0 at the half of the first game of week number 10. And at halftime, this was your big moment, Dion.
Yeah. I'm so thankful. Arthur Blank and his entire organization, just to honor me. I've been in several organizations, but this was truly home. I'm thankful.
Here in the Ring of Honor forevermore, the first play of the second half, Joe Flacco sacked by John Abraham, who brought his A game tonight. 2 plays later, 3rd and 15, a man that they would be picking on for much of the second half, got the first laugh. Brent Grimes picks off Joe Flacco.
Yeah, and the great thing here now, Joe Flacco throws the interception. They just had turned it over on the punt return, but this great defense of Ray Lewis and the guys, they held them to field goals both times, stayed in the game.
It had the Ravens offense staring at each other with Anquan Bolden trying to rally the troops down 13-0 as that pick led to a field goal. Joe Flacco on 3rd and 9 picks up the first down by running for it. Dante Stallworth in his second game back for the Ravens, an end around for 19 yards down to the 16, and then 4 plays later, 1st and goal from the 5. Flacco finds his wide receiver who had not yet caught a ball in the night,
but Anquan Bolden makes his first catch cash for 6.
He checked out of this play. I was watching him before the snap, and he saw inside leverage corner, and he popped it up for the pylon for the touchdown.
13-7 in the fourth quarter now. Matt Ryan from midfield. Roddy White, 17-yard gain. Takes a big hit from Ed Reed. Josh Wilson also had trouble getting up from this collision right in the middle of the field. 3 plays later, 3rd and 10 from the Ravens, 33. And Ryan is going to look for Snelling again, except this time they snelled this play out. The Ravens defense gets the Falcons off the field, but it's face mask on Terrell Suggs, who seems to have his own face mask grabbed by Snelling, too.
Well, this call could have gone either way. You got to give Suggs some credit. He was all over the field tonight, having a few sacks on tonight, as well as playing great run.
John Harbaugh will be barking at the refs late in the fourth quarter, too, and that penalty led to Roddy White with a 4-yard touchdown. The Falcons are up by 13 for Mike Smith. Ravens getting the ball back. They need points in a hurry with 8 minutes and change to go. Flacco dumps it off to Ray Rice, running for the Ravens to the Falcons 26. Anquan Bolden putting on a big hit to spring him free. 4 plays later, 2nd and 5 from the 6, and it's Derek Mason from Flacco, and it's a 6-point game again.
Great protection, great route running. These guys, they won't beat you deep, but they can sure run a great route to get open.
Next Falcons drive, 3 minutes to go. Roddy White on 3rd down drops the ball.
Very uncharacteristic of Roddy White. Normally short hands. These are the kind of plays we always see Roddy White makes. Matt Ryan was even surprised.
So instead of moving the chains with 3 minutes to go, the Ravens get the ball back and begin to move the chains themselves. Flacco buys time, finds Mason 22 yards. 4 plays later on the Falcons 35 with 1:55 to go. Flacco, screen to Ray Rice, running for the Ravens, and he's receiving and running and roll.
Great play call on the screen. A lot of pressure on Flacco all night. The screen was a timely play call.
2 plays later, 70 ticks left. Flacco to Todd.
Pete.
Hooray, it's in the end zone for the Ravens.
He was ready to have a great game. He knew they were going to put it in his hand. Great play.
The booth buzzes down. Did the ball come loose before Heap had possession in the end zone? The refs ruled that the play stood as called. Ray Lewis giving his quarterback a you-the-man point as the Ravens have their first lead of the game, but still too much time for Matt Ryan, who finds Michael Jenkins 24 yards on 3rd and 10. Booth buzzes down. Play stands is called. Both feet down. It did look maybe that the ball was separated from the fingertips. Ray thought it was a juggle, but it was a catch. Jenkins moves the chains. Next play, Roddy White. 15-yard gain. They're getting into field goal range to the Ravens 41. 3 plays later, 3rd and 10. Ryan over the middle. It is incomplete, but Tavares Gooden is called for pass interference. Fresh set of downs for Matt Ryan and the Falcons. And just when you thought they could kick the game-winning field goal, they throw for a game-winning touchdown. Roddy White shook free of Josh Wilson or shoved him down, depending on your point of view. Bottom line is the Falcons find the end zone and lodge a major comeback win to improve to 7-2 for only the 3rd time in the 45-year history of the Atlanta Falcons. Matt Ryan with 50 pass attempts on the night. His 11th game-winning fourth-quarter drive of his young career. 3 touchdowns, 316 yards. Passing Roddy White, despite that drop ball, that was pretty, but the rest of the night was beautiful. 138, 2 touchdowns, and 12 receptions for Roddy White. On this show, you don't want to miss that and the conversation that ensues. We're going to show you some more highlights for the moment. Joe Flacco in Carolina got the scoring started right away on sad sack Carolina. T.J. Houshmandzadeh with a 56-yard touchdown score from Flacco at 301 yards and that 1 touchdown. Ryan St. Pierre, fresh meat, first career start.
Attack.
He was on a couch just a week ago.
And stay-at-home dad on the couch.
And how about this play by Edwards?
What do you think he's going to do?
He's going to pitch it. These guys practice this in practice. I was there. I played on this team. This is what they do in practice. So it's not nothing out of the ordinary.
Dewan Landry, the recipient of that pitch, and then the next Panthers drive is Ray Rice.
Oh, shoot them.
His 3rd career pick 6. 30th career interception.
So get them little legs in that sugar.
Let's go to Balmer. Josh Freeman and the Bucs looking for a quality win on the road, and what better way to do it than beating the equally 7-3 Baltimore Ravens, who were up 3-0 in the ninth in the second quarter. Aqib Talib, nice diving grab.
I got that, Rich. I got that one, Rich.
Aqib Talib.
Sneaky host, you.
I'm just reading the highlights.
Aqib Talib made a great play.
He caught it with his calf.
A 5 easy pieces pick. Hold it between your knees. Gets the interception. Led to a game-tying field goal before the second half's over, though. It's Todd. 65-yard touchdown pass play to the tight end.
You don't see long pass plays to tight ends very often.
You don't see tight ends that can run that
can run.
Ravens up 10-3, 42 ticks left in the half. Joe Flacco to TJ Manzada. Myron Lewis called for pass interference. Your thoughts?
Oh, you can't put the arms back.
That's a little arm bar.
Well, Raheem Morris didn't like the call. Very upset. Certainly, he'd get a little bit angrier.
DB coach.
He'd be even angrier because the next play with that quality field position, Flacco to Derek Mason.
That boy can run some routes, man.
And this is almost Bill Cowher running after Ben Dreith type moment here.
And on the line, first place in the AFC North.
Oh, sure.
Ray Lewis and company looking to beat the Steelers for the second time this year. Ben Roethlisberger didn't play in that first matchup, and he's got a bum foot. And there he is, dropped by Terrell Suggs and Haloti Ngata.
And Suggs played well all day. He pressured Ben Roethlisberger. He got in his face.
Yeah, Ngata breaking Ben Roethlisberger's nose right there. Now Flacco from in the middle of his end zone to Anquan Boldin. 61 yards to the 36.
4 verticals. Coach, call the play, man.
Yeah, that's just too good. All go. He's trying to pop it in there between the safeties. Throw it in there, Joe.
Love it when you talk football.
10th play of the drive, and Michael, how does Anquan Boldin get so open?
I don't know how you lose Anquan Boldin, but when you're playing near the end zone, you can always go to the back of the end zone. The cornerbacks, DBs, they will lose you. You can come out and find some open room. That's what Anquan Boldin did.
7-3 Ravens in the third quarter. Flacco able to get away from trouble. And he scrambles 14 yards.
Great slide. Can you teach Mike Vick that?
Ike Taylor called for illegal contact. And now in the 12th play of the drive, Flacco looking for Ray Rice. It's incomplete. And so Baltimore having to settle for a field goal, up 10-3. It's suing Steelers possession here. Roethlisberger is going to be dropped by Jerry Johnson, loses the ball. Chris came out.
Oh, sugar. Big man with football.
Bam! That's a big fellow.
That's a big man's dream.
That's a big
All right, there's a penalty on the play, though. Rookie Nakamura called for defensive holding on Heath Miller, so it's an automatic first down.
That hurts. That hurts.
All right, now on a 3rd and 1, Isaac Redmond stopped for no gain. So the Steelers are going to rush to the line of scrimmage here for a 4th down try, 4th and 1. And Ben Roethlisberger's hard count. It's going to draw Cody Redding for offsides, another neutral zone infraction. And now a first down at the Steelers' 40. And then on the very next play, Ben Roethlisberger looking for Heath Miller. But Miller is hit hard by Jameel McClain, and Miller stayed down on the field for several minutes. Corey Redding immediately signaling for the trainers to take a look at him. No penalty on the play, which is remarkable.
Yeah.
What was better was that Heath Miller was able to get up and walk off the field by himself. Roethlisberger now to Emmanuel Sanders for 28 yards. Get up, roll in.
He got touched. Ed Reed touched him going by.
What about Big Ben's mobility just to make that play?
3 plays later now, it's Roethlisberger to Michael Wallace, but he's stacked up.
But what a great job by the defense, not attacking the runner with the football, but just building a wall to stop him from going in the end zone.
That led to a Sean Sweezen field goal. Remember, they got him just a few weeks ago. Here come the Steelers again. Roethlisberger to Michael Wallace.
That's what I'm talking about. When you attack the runner like that, you make a miss, and he can pick up another 12, 13 yards.
2nd and 8 now. Redding, who had a really solid game, is going to get to Big Ben. So the Steelers ended up punting at the end of this drive. And the Ravens up 4 But Troy Polamalu, he is so hard to account for, comes up with the sack and the strip. Lamar Woodley going the other way for the Steelers. Yeah. Polamalu just so key.
And the protection did not account for him. They didn't slide. They didn't have a back to his side. Here he comes, and it's a sack and a strip.
All right, so here come the Steelers now. First and goal. Big Ben Roethlisberger. T-Sizzle had him wrapped up. He just couldn't bring him down.
That is the play of the game right there.
Ben is strong, huge, strong, and very athletic.
All right, so 2 plays later now on a 3rd and goal. It is Roethlisberger. Dumps it off to Redmond.
Get him on the ground.
Who keeps turning.
Get him on the ground. You never got him on the ground. Oh, what a play.
Steelers on top 13-10. They were down for the majority of this football game. 2:05 left on a 4th and 2. It's Flacco to Anquan Bolden for an 8-yard gain. So the Ravens are still alive. They just need a field goal to tie it and send it in overtime.
Here's what separates the good from the great, though, Fran. It's the quarterbacks that can consistently take their team down the field and get a score late in the game. Those are the quarterbacks that will make a move in this league this season.
Flacco steps up looking for Derek Mason, but there's a penalty on the play. Bryant McFadden called for pass interference.
Not a good play by the defender. Not a good play at all. Get back on that sideline, soon.
And so the Ravens are still in business. 49 seconds left. Flacco to Dixon. A 3-yard gain to the 31, but Dixon cannot get out of bounds. So the Ravens had to burn their final timeout. 37 seconds left. It's 4th and 2. Flacco looking for Dixon again, and he tipped and broke it up.
That's the game. Took away his initial read on the front side. Great jam by the corner.
Jammed up Anquan Bolden on the front side. Flacco couldn't get to the backside fast enough.
Pittsburgh Steelers had to have it. They didn't lead until late in the 4th quarter, but they go on to win 13-10.
A big game in Houston on Monday night. Arian Foster and the Texans playing host to Ray Lewis and the Baltimore Ravens. Second quarter, Ravens ball leading 7-0. 3rd and 6 on the Texans 9. Joe Flacco wants Derek Mason. Has Derek Mason. Brought up the second time.
Great catch. I mean, Derek Mason dropped the ball earlier. That was easier. He comes back and catches the harder one. Remarkable.
As expected, Shaw big through the air here, looking for Owen Daniels, but intercepted by Chris Carr. First down Ravens on the Texans 38. 5 plays later, Flacco again to Derek Mason, and again a Baltimore touchdown.
3rd and 16 for a back shoulder fade on the outside. Texans had just sacked Joe Flacco the play before, and then they give up that play.
He even came out of his shoe to make that catch.
Now back come the Houston Texans, throwing across his body. That's Schaub to Andre Johnson. 46-yard score. The Texans trailing now 21-7.
Well, when they're behind 21-0, that's when they're most dangerous, Paul. They love to come back, and of course this guy, Andre Johnson, is outstanding, and I don't see how he runs down the field, Charles. He's in a Coke machine uniform. You'd think they could find him.
And Reed a little bit turned around there. 21-7 at halftime. 3rd quarter, opening kickoff. David Reed, the right side, breaking tackles, and now he's gone.
This is really the Texans season. They fight to get back 21-7, start the second half. Now they're down 28-7. But Charles, don't go to sleep yet.
Hold the presses.
This is when they're
28-7, right where they want. But look at that. Why does he get through it? No one able to really wrap up.
Joe Flacco says, yeah, touchdown without stepping on the field. I'll take it. 4th quarter, Texans trailing 28-13. 4th and 5.
Rush 3, quarterback holds the ball way too long.
Jacoby Jones, touchdown. That shot puts it right on the mark. 99-yard drive, 15 plays, 28-20. Next Baltimore possession. Flacco looking to Anquan Bolden, makes a leaping catch, 11-yard gain, and a first down.
I'll tell you, Joe Flacco, when he has man-to-man coverage on the outside, that arm is incredible. This is when he gets in trouble here.
Hey, Glover Quinn, nice play.
He's played well in recent weeks. I mean, he's actually had a good year all the way through. Had a game with 3 interceptions just a couple of weeks ago.
Glover Quinn coming up big, ensuing Texans possession. Shaw to Jacoby Jones, 7 yards. Texans first down. Next play, 1st and 10. You got to go to Andre Johnson if he's open, and he looks open.
And the Texans had no timeouts here, and he's able to get out of bounds and keep that clock from running and really keep themselves alive for the drive.
29 seconds left. Schaub finding Andre Johnson back across his body. How about this catch?
Unbelievable. Another 3-man rush. They lose Andre Johnson in the end zone, and now they got to stop on the two-man.
And notice he completed the process of the catch. Remember what happened to Calvin Johnson earlier in the year? Watch at the end. He gets the feet down. Now watch the ball in his hand. All right, it ended up going all the way to the ground. He put it on the ground and kept it in the hand. No problem with it.
28-26. Here's the two-point conversion. Shaw with time, and with Jacoby Jones, we are all tied at 28.
Amazing. That's what Houston does. They rally back. At this point, Charles, I thought it was over. Whoever won the toss was going to win, right?
Well, we said it privately to each other. If Baltimore wins the toss, they better win it now because all momentum was on the side of Houston.
Overtime, 3rd and 10. Joe Flacco sacked by Mark Anderson, 11-yard loss. Ravens forced to punt. Houston offense hot, right? So they're coming back. 4-man rush now, though, until that.
Right here.
Wow. That's Josh Wilson walking it in 12 yards out, and that is how the game ended.
That's the story of the Houston Texans season. Just when they get back in, they pull them right back out, Charles, and that's the end of it.
Ravens win 34-28. Matt Schaub with 393 yards passing, but Joe Flacco gets the win. As for this big game, 5-seed Baltimore, 5-seed New Orleans in M&T Bank Stadium. Drew Brees trying to get first blood. Finds Marcus Colston right there. 12 yards first down. 3 plays later, Brees to Jimmy Graham, and they do get that
That's
first
a
blood.
great play, man.
Saints up 7-0.
That back shoulder throw. Catch it. Nice job. Turning on the ball.
They're like the kings of the back shoulder throw.
Yeah. They practice that.
Ravens next possession. 5th play of the drive. Joe Flacco to Ray Rice. And this is set up for a 9-yard gain at the 26. 3 plays later, Joe Flacco. That Flacco-Ed Dixon matchup we've been talking about. There it is.
That was like a 6-man rush.
No Todd Heap, but they've got Ed Dixon running in for his first career touchdown. 34-yard pass play to tie the game at 7. Next Ravens possession, 4th and 1 from midfield, and Flacco pitches it out to Ray Rice, who's running the Ravens 29 yards. Second quarter, same drive, 3rd and 3. Ray Rice from the 10-yard line takes it in.
Again, good patience, waiting for the hole to develop. Run to daylight, Ray.
14-7. Next Ravens possession after a great Ladarius Webb return set him up on the Saints side of the field. Flacco to Ray Rice, receiving and now running for the Ravens.
Which side does he always run to, though?
Right side. 3 plays later, Joe Flacco throws to his right. Ray Rice, wrong. Second touchdown of the day. What a great touch pass by Flacco.
Yeah, one-on-one on a linebacker. You throw it up to your tailback. Good location. Nice catch.
You can't fault your linebacker on that one. That was a great catch.
21 unanswered Ravens points. Saints possession with 2:16 left in the half. There's Reggie Bush, 20 yards, running right up the hash mark to the Ravens 37. 6 plays later, 2nd and goal for the 1. Here's Jimmy Graham's 2nd touchdown of the year and day. Right there. Saints keep it a 1-possession game going into half, and it's a 1-possession game in the 4th quarter, too. 24-17. Ravens on top. Brees to Devery Henderson over the middle. To the Ravens 20, now inside the red zone. 3rd and goal from the 15. What a play this is. Brees throws it. Tip. Lance Moore stays right on it. Tip drill.
Looked like he was throwing that away. It looked like a screen to the right that got snuffed out. Great play.
Ravens challenge, but Moore grabs the ball just as his feet are planted.
Beautiful. Good concentration. Get the 2 feet down. Touchdown.
Play stood is called. Ties the game at 24. Next Ravens possession. Ray Rice running up the middle. Now Ray Rice is running right for the Ravens. Led to a Billy Cundiff field goal.
15 more.
27-24. Saints last chance saloon deep in their own end. 4th and 8 from their 17. Haloti Ngata gets his big paw up in the air. It is picked by Corey Redding. Big man with football wraps this game up for the Ravens. 30-24. A big W for Baltimore.
Ravens at the Browns. Baltimore has won 5 straight against Cleveland. Joe Flacco undefeated against them in his career. First quarter, 2nd Browns possession with the Wildcat. Hayden Hillis hands off to Muhammad Massaquoi. The bomb to the end zone. Brian Robisky is there for the touchdown grab. Ruled a touchdown on the field, but John Harbaugh would challenge the play, thinking that Robisky did not catch it, that maybe the ball bounced on the ground. He had the clean catch, ruled a touchdown. Browns lead it 7-0. That's the 2nd straight game with a touchdown catch for Rabisky. They're up 7-3. Next possession for them, Colt McCoy hits Mohamed Massaquoi, but he loses the ball. Jameel McClain recovers it for the Baltimore Ravens. They get a big-time break, and on their ensuing possession, a 3rd and 5 at the 15, Joe Flacco back to pass, end zone. TJ Houshmandzadeh in double coverage makes the grab. Ravens go up 10-7. They were leading 13-10 at the half. Browns trying an onside kick coming out of the third quarter, but the ball did not go far enough. Phil Dawson's kick only went 8 yards. So the Ravens get fantastic field position at the 38. Oh, and you know Joe Flacco would make them pay. Avoiding all kinds of trouble, rolling to his right. He will pull it and run. And he is going for a first down, a gain of 13 by Joe Flacco. A nice heads-up play to avoid the rush. And then right after that, the very next play action fake. Flacco, plenty of time. End zone to the corner. Derek Mason there for the touchdown grab. Ravens go up 20-10. Mason has 7 touchdown catches on the season. 6 of them have come since their Week 8 bye. Colt McCoy, just a rough game for him. Intercepted for the 3rd time in the game. The 2nd pick by Ed Reed in the game. He has 10 career picks against Cleveland. Looking for the lateral. Baltimore recovers. They sit on the ball, go on for a 20-10 win, and they secured a spot in the playoffs. Browns with their 9th double-digit losing season since '99. Ravens already into the playoffs. It's been a disappointing season for the Bengals. Joe Flacco looking to send Marvin Lewis home with the loss in what could be Lewis's final game as head coach of Cincinnati. Carson Palmer looking down the right sideline on the opening drive. And guess who is there to pick off the pass after the tip ball? Ed Reed, of course. He is always around the football and intercepts Carson Palmer, giving the Ravens some good field position. And then on the flea flicker, Joe Flacco with the dump off. And that goes to Todd Heap to the tight end. What? But look at all that blocking down the field. Heap still on his feet, takes it 37 yards all the way down inside the 10, set up a Billy Cundiff 25-yard field goal. Ravens go up 3-0. 20 seconds left to play in the first half when Carson Palmer's pass intended for Jordan Shipley picked off by Ed Reed. How did he get that one off his shoelaces? And Reed, of course, never easy to bring down, finally tackled just shy of the 40-yard line. He returned it 44 yards. The Ravens are undefeated when Ed Reed has at least 2 picks in the ballgame. He had 2 interceptions in the first half. Good news for Baltimore. They're up 6-0, third quarter, and there it is, a big turnover by Jerome Simpson. He was wrapped up by Chris Carr. Haloti Ngata falls on the ball. It is the 2nd lost fumble of the game for Simpson, turned into a touchdown run by Ray Rice on their ensuing possession on a 2nd and goal. Rice was 77 yards in the game. Ravens go up 13-0, but Cincinnati dangerous in the 4th quarter. That's when they did their damage. Carson Palmer moving the chains in the passing game, complete to Andre Caldwell. Tough catch for a gain of 15 and a first. Then the very next play, corner of the end zone. Jerome Simpson is there, the 3rd-year man from Coastal Carolina, with the 11-yard score, making up for that fumble lost earlier in the game. Bengals down 13-7, trying to move the ball with under 6 minutes to go. Going for it on a 4th and 1 at the 26, a big play, and they did not get it. They turned the ball over on downs. Baltimore's defense coming up big when they needed to, but Cincinnati would get the ball back. A 3rd and 2 with under 2 minutes to go. Carson Palmer trying to scramble for the first down, and he fumbles the ball. Ray Lewis jumped on the loose ball for the Ravens. The 5th turnover of the game for Cincinnati, but Baltimore punted back to Cincinnati. They are not out of the game, and certainly not after plays like that. Deep to Andre Caldwell. Carson Palmer making the completion. Then the very next play, 38 seconds left in the game. In space to Jerome Simpson, finding a hole in the zone. And then the big play of the game, 4th and 2, Cincinnati going for the win. Carson Palmer misfires over the head of Cedric Pierman, and that is how Baltimore won the game, 13-7. They finished the year 12-4. They're the 5 seed in the AFC playoffs.
First playoff game in Arrowhead since 2003. Matt Castle trying to be the first Chiefs quarterback to win a home playoff game since Joe Montana. Joe, run out loud. Yes, that way back when Ray Lewis was on the campus at the U. Here he is now with the Baltimore Ravens on the road to start these playoffs. Todd Heap, what a day he had. What a day. Off and running there with a 12-yard reception on the first set of downs for the game. There's Todd Heap again, 10th play of the drive to the 1-yard line, and then 3 plays later, Flacco to Todd Heap again. Broken up by Eric Berry, the rookie safety, had a nice day, certainly in the early portions of this wild card contest. Broke it up.
Looks like he wants to throw it to Todd Heap a lot today, huh?
I
Play
think
by
so.
the rookie.
Bully Cundiff kicked the field goal, 3-0. Next Ravens possession, Flacco sacked by Tamba Hali.
It's Michael Orr around the edge. Sack, fumble.
And that's the way the Chiefs began to get things going. It was recovered by the Chiefs, ensuing possession. What will they do with it? Jamal Charles, see it. Up and running. Done.
Look at the speed. This guy averages over 6 yards per carry, and that's why he can go the distance anytime.
41 yards. I mean, that's all you need, right? It's just a crease.
Stretch play. Just run the stretch, find a crease, and take a right, and there you go.
You got Moeaki, you got Brian Waters making blocks. Moeaki kicks it out.
See, I like that. You guys highlighting the linemen. You got to give the linemen some love. I like that, guys.
And we give some vision credit right there.
Yeah.
Look at the vision.
Now watch the
stiff arm.
Oh.
Don't think about it. He's
gone.
gone.
First rushing touchdown over 30 yards allowed by the Ravens since 2005, for crying out loud. Second quarter, 7-3 Chiefs are up. Jamal Charles runs for 4 yards. Terrence Cody, Mount Cody, knocks the ball loose.
That's the
Brandon
big man.
McKinney recovers, and that.
Now watch that. That's like a refrigerator on your back.
This is going to hurt.
It's a That's how you fumble a football. The Ravens, what would they do with it? Nothing. Tom Bahali gets Flacco again. Ravens forced to punt in a competitive game through the first quarter and a half. Chiefs next possession. Dexter McCluster, look who.
What a read by Ed Reed. I'm going back to the play.
Yellow.
Sooner or later, we got to start finding the quarterbacks for these hits.
Flacco, next possession, finds Todd over the middle. Todd Heap to the 45-yard line, gain of 13. 3 plays later, Todd. It's time again for Flacco to Todd. Down to the 17-yard line. 3 plays later, Joe Flacco dumps it off to Ray Rice, receiving and running from Rutgers for the Ravens. He's in the end zone, and the Ravens have their first lead of the day. Third quarter we go. It's still 10-7. Oh, it's a time for a primetime play, even though, what in the Nakamura is he thinking?
Trying to pitch your head is on the pitching.
Yeah, that's dead. Sooner or later, that's what you get.
And they practice that.
I know.
You got to take the good with the bad pitch.
More
guys, they practice that stuff. If the lineman get his butt out of the way, it would have been a great pitch.
Hiroki Nakamura gave it up. John Harbaugh doesn't like it. And what would the Chiefs do with it? Well, Jamal Charles out of the backfield to midfield. 4 plays later, 10th play of the drive, 3rd and 1. Ray Lewis stows Thomas Jones. Todd Haley says go for it. It's 4th down. We got a running game. We got a home crowd. First home playoff game in 7 years. Flip it out to Jamal Charles. Dice.
Big play
Kelly
in the game.
Gregg, number 97.
That's straight intimidation. You got a half an inch to go, and you pitch the ball. That's what they think of the Ravens defense.
Kelly Gregg did blow it up. DeJuan Landry cleaned it up. Ravens, however, couldn't do anything with it except kick a field goal. It's 13-7 when Terrell Suggs sacks Matt Castle. Next play, Matt Castle hits Dexter McCluster, and then Ray Lewis hits Dexter McCluster. Fumble! Chris Carr recovers it. It is a big turnover for the Ravens, setting up shop in the red zone, just like that. 3rd play of the drive. Flacco pressured by Tom Ali, incomplete. As Marshall Yanda.
Tom Ali is beating somebody down.
Style. How does this guy not make the fumble?
Easy.
But the Ravens do add another field goal. It's a 2-score game. Matt Castle on the offense needs to get something started.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. The middle.
No.
Oh. There's DeJuan Landry.
Great break on the ball. Great anticipation.
This is a team that only turned the ball over 14 times all season.
And that's their 3rd turnover of the 3rd quarter alone. 16-7. The flag is on the Chiefs. So the Ravens get the ball. Flacco to Todd. Inside the 5-yard line. 8th catch rematch of the game 2 plays later. Flacco finds the new weapon he got back in the spring. Anquan Bolden's a factor in his first playoff game in purple. 23-7. This is now a big-time spot for the Chiefs, needing to come up with points. Instead, it's another turnover, except for the fact, holy tuck rule, Batman. Are you kidding me? It's ruled a fumble.
This looks like
Hold on a minute,
Brady to me.
Steve, give me the floor here. If he is tucking it away, that means he is no longer intending to pass it. So how in the world can it be construed as a passing attempt?
You sound like you're angry.
We should eliminate the rule.
Angry,
Isaac. Get rid of it. I'm on the stump for that. So the Chiefs are forced to punt eventually. Ravens are now trying to down it after they're forced to punt with 8 minutes to go. Offside. Goodness gracious.
Come on,
Haley. That is not good. Ravens get the ball back, as that is a completed pass to Anquan Bolden to the 34-yard line. 3 plays later, it's Ray Rice running the ball for the Ravens on 3rd and 3, 2-yard gain. Ravens say they're going for it. We're up 23-7. Willis McGahee, everybody.
From you.
25 yards for the score, and that wraps up a 15-play, 80-yard. Oh, he's not doing the Arrowhead shop. 80-yard drive lasted 10 minutes. Matt Castle sacked by Ray Lewis. That's only the 2nd sack of his postseason career.
He's money on the spot, isn't he?
And Ray hugs his defensive coordinator, Greg Madison, who used to coach at Michigan. 30-7 is the blowout win for the Ravens, who will go to Pittsburgh next week.
So let's take you right to Pittsburgh, or for the trilogy. Steelers and Ravens, take 3. Big Ben Roethlisberger has won his last 6 starts against Joe Flacco.
I don't know about him.
And the Ravens, opening kickoff. Ladarius Webb finds a seam.
That's not the way you want to start, but look at the kicker making a play.
Sean Sweetham wraps him up. Now Webb gets up, but as you see right there, his elbow is down. Mike Tomlin challenged, and he won. And so the Ravens offense had to back it up 14 yards. And they couldn't do anything with it. On the ensuing Steelers possession, Rashard Mendenhall comes up with a 2-yard gain, but look at Hines Ward, Ed Reed getting after it.
Yeah, I don't know why the flag's thrown on Hines Ward there. He's just playing good, hard, physical football like he's known for. He didn't grab a face mask. He didn't hold.
You get a restraining order for that kind of stuff, Coach.
3rd and 12. Big Ben Roethlisberger to Mike Wallace. 20 yards and a Steelers first down. On the very next play, it is Roethlisberger looking for Mike Wallace deep downfield. Josh Wilson called for pass interference. You agree?
It's a good call, a little panic on the play from the defender. He just showed Mike Wallace catching some short. Now you're going to take him deep. I like the play call.
Rashard Mendenhall playing in his first career playoff game. Remember, he was hurt when they won the Super Bowl a couple of years ago. Steelers on top, 7-0. Here come the Ravens on a 3rd and 3. Joe Flacco to T.J. Houshmandzadeh. 9 yards and a first down. And then watch this. Hyde Taylor with a little headbutt there that the officials didn't see.
I like that. You like that? This is what you get in this type of game. This is the physicality and the nastiness that these two teams provoke.
3rd and 15. Flacco. Incomplete to Derek Mason. Anthony Madison called for pass interference.
Good call.
A couple of big pass interference calls early on. 2nd and 10 now. Ray Rice rolls in from 14 yards away. Ties the game at 7. His first career touchdown against the Pittsburgh Steelers. And so the Steelers trying to make something happen. Terrell Suggs lights up Ben Roethlisberger, and nobody wants to pick up the football. No whistle. It's a live ball. Corey Redding is there, scoops it up, and it's a touchdown for the Ravens. This is unbelievable. First off, even if you think it's an incomplete pass because the ball goes forward, but it's clear that it's not. Coach, how are players not all over this football?
Yeah, I mean, you've been told since you were in Pop Warner football, play to the whistle, play through the whistle, but only a couple guys did there. It ends up being a Baltimore touchdown.
First of all, you can't pump a ball 3 times and expect not to get sacked. Let's start right there.
Mike Tomlin challenged the ruling on the field as a fumble, but the ruling on the field stood, so right away the Steelers were out of challenges. Rashard Mendenhall, he loses the rock. Ed Reed there to recover. Tomlin couldn't challenge because he was out of challenges, but he would have lost that challenge as well. That ball clearly out early. 3 plays later now for the Ravens on a 3rd and 7. It's Flacco. Nice job moving out of the pocket. It's Ray Rice who's able to avoid Troy Polamalu, which we don't see very often.
That's 2 missed tackles by Troy Polamalu early in this game.
So the Ravens pick up a first down. 3rd and goal now. Flacco to Todd Heap. Heap had a record 10 catches for over 100 yards a week ago, and he gets a touchdown there. And Baltimore rolling 21-7. Steelers trying to make something happen. Big Ben to Emmanuel Sanders for a 13-yard gain. And now here comes Sean Sweezum to add 3 points this year. 8 of 9 from 40 yards or longer. But he's wide left on a 43-yard field goal. So the Steelers go into the locker room down 2 touchdowns at half. But in the 3rd quarter, early on, there were signs that the tide was starting to change. Ray Rice hadn't fumbled a football in over 400 touches, but Lamar Woodley there to recover after Ryan Clark pokes it out.
Yeah, he got sloppy with the football. You got to tuck that thing away when you're in traffic, especially when you're on the road. Well, turnovers on the road will kill you.
So here comes Mendenhall, 14 yards for a first down. And on a 1st and goal, it is Big Ben to Heath Miller. You keep giving the Steelers offense opportunities, Prime. They're going to take advantage
And they're going to take advantage. Big Ben is going to deliver the ball where it needs to go. He's a heads-up quarterback and well aware of the defense.
21-14, Steelers down by 7. Ravens looking for a big chunk here. Flacco, though, too far for Todd Heap. Ryan Clark is there. What a game Ryan Clark had.
Ryan Clark came up big today. An ill-advised pass. First down. You don't try to just take over right then.
It was too deliberate. It was too deliberate in his delivery.
Great turnover.
3rd and 6. Big Ben to Ward. Touchdown. And all of a sudden, we're tied up at 21. And it looked like we were going down to the wire for another classic Ravens-Steelers matchup. The last 4 games between these two teams decided by 3 points. Ravens having issues. Joe Flacco fumbles the snap. Brett Kiesel was their coach. What is going on with this football team in the 3rd quarter?
It seemed to me that they got a little flustered. All of a sudden, the momentum that the Pittsburgh Steelers started to gain, started to work on their psyche, the crowd gets into it, and they got a little bit flustered. And then that's not typical of a Ravens team because that's a tough-minded football team.
Great job by Ben Roethlisberger here. He did it a couple times, acted like he was just trying to draw the Ravens offside, and then finally went under center. Quick snapped it.
Being 6'5", 260.
And
that helps a little bit, Frank.
As well. Gets away. Right there, Terrell Suggs wraps him up. Terrell Suggs had a great day. 3 sacks on the day. 5 sacks in 2 playoff games this year. Led to a Sean Sweezum field goal, 24-21 Pitt on top. Flacco harassed by James Harrison on a 3rd and 11. And Harrison injured on the play, but Harrison given credit for the sack. He also had a monster day. So on the ensuing Steelers possession on a 3rd and 7, the Ravens get what they want, a 3 and out. So they're forced to punt, trying to get back into this ball game. And it is Webb who makes a nice spin move there. And Webb with some room, weaving his way. 55 yards for the touchdown. But there's a flag on the play. Marcus Smith called for holding. Ticky-tack, Deanna, legitimate.
No, legitimate. This was a game-changing play right at this moment.
So instead of getting a touchdown there and the lead, Baltimore is going to end up having to settle for a field goal as Flacco hits Todd Heap. It's a 21-yard gain. And here's why on 3rd and goal, Anquan Bolden hits him right in his chest. This is why they went out and got him.
Yeah, 2 veteran receivers let him down at crucial moments in tonight's game, and you wouldn't think that out of those 2 guys.
Bolden had just 1 reception on the day. Billy Cundiff from 24 yards away. Cundiff on his way to the Pro Bowl. Game tied up at 24. Steelers get it back. 3rd and 10. Big play right there to Hines Ward. Ward's been making those kind of catches his entire career. 12 yards. Now on a 3rd and 19. Antonio Brown, this is the first year of his career. And he comes up big. It's a 58-yard grab down to the Ravens 4.
How can you allow someone to beat you deep, 3rd and 19, in a playoff game? Unbelievable.
And a little David Tyree action from 3 years ago. Ravens still have all 3 timeouts. 3rd and goal. It's Mendenhall, and he pushes his way into the end zone. Mendenhall with his 2nd rushing touchdown of the day. Steelers on top 31-24. There's a penalty on the play. Chris Kemoatu, what are you doing?
What are you thinking?
Well, he got away with it earlier in the game. They caught him this time, and it cost him.
And so the Steelers have to back the ball all the way up to their 15 to kick it off. And look at the great field position the Ravens are going to get. LaRon McClain inside Pittsburgh territory to the 48. And so the Ravens trying to tie this game. Joe Flacco looking for Derek Mason. Almost picked off by William Gay.
Way to go up to his highest point to try to retrieve the ball.
Yeah, nice job by Mason. Try to knock it loose. 3rd and 10. Ziggy Hood drops Flacco.
I love that name.
The Ravens used their last time out with 1:09 left. So here we go. 4th and 18. And Joe Flacco with a perfect pass, but T.J. Houshmandzadeh cannot squeeze it. Unbelievable, Coach.
Yeah, well, first Bolden drops one in the end zone, and then T.J. Houshmandzadeh drops this one. When you got that caliber player needs to make that type of play. That's why they're making the money that they're making. No one more disappointed than those 2 guys, but they've got to make those catches.
So after being down 21-7, the Pittsburgh Steelers, they win it 31-24. They are going to the conference championship game for the 5th time in 10 years.